You got Kilo Bravo something Juliet Tango. Try that call sign one more time. I only have you about dB over the PASDR. If you would, why don't you just tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds? Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Roger. I have a dipole. It's a Buckmaster 7-band dipole. Roger.
Yes, sir. I got you very well on my local antenna. You're about 30 over with smoke, Roger.
All right. I guess that's better than I was, Roger.
Yes, sir. Sounding really good there. But fill me in on your call sign again, please.
Kilo Bravo 4, Echo Juliet Tango. My name's Fred, and I'm in Murphy, North Carolina.
Beautiful signal, Fred. Just beautiful signal. I was, on my local antenna, which is a 7300 on a dipole, and you're about, like I say, about 20 over or so, somewhere in there. But I want to listen to you a little bit more, get some good recordings from you, Roger. Roger, tell me the best thing. What radio are you running first?
Currently, I'm running a Yaesu FT710. AES, really doesn't matter, 710 or 710 AES, just comes with the speaker. And I'm running, I think the reason why I'm running over 9 is that I'm pushing about 400 watts with an Ameritron A11. And I told you I have the Buckmaster dipole 7-band 3,000 watt antenna, Roger.
Yes, sir. Now, what we might want to do on that 710 is check a couple of things, make sure we're in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger?
You're talking Greek to me right now.
Okay, I'll just give you that word, and you can check it out on your book later on. The transmit bandwidth determines the frequency of your capability of your transmitter. 100 to 2900 is what I prefer because it gives you just a slice of daylight at 29 before you're into somebody else's yard at 3+. So you want to, you don't want to interfere with people. So 100 to 2900 is a nice width for that bandwidth. The greater the width, you start to spread out into other people's yards, Roger.
Roger, and what term did you use for that?
Well, it's a transmit bandwidth, TBW, and also it's called wide transmit bandwidth, wide, WIDE, because it, most like the ICOM series of radio 7610, 7300, call it wide TBW because, that, like I mentioned before, it gives you a cutoff there, right, a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's QSO. Roger?
Roger. Well, I'm looking for it in the menu currently.
Yes, sir. Most radios, and that 710, that's a newer radio, right?
Roger.
Yeah, most new radios have at least maybe 3 options of transmit bandwidth, but I would take a note of that, and then you can look it up at your leisure, Roger.
Roger. And what setting did you say normally, 27 to 2900?
No, 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900. 100 on the bottom end, 2900 on the top, Roger.
Okay. Is my signal not good?
Well, like I say, when you at 2900, you allow your transmitter to be all that it can be as far as the top end, and that's the critical part about a transmitter is the treble aspects of it, to be able to get the enunciation and articulation of your words out there. If you lose the top end of your audio chain, you become Mr. Mumbles. So we want to get all that we can get out of that top end of that radio. That's why I'm saying 2900, and that, like I say, but your book will tell you about that and how important it is for your transmitter to be all that it can be. But you have the capability probably of running lesser modes, but we suggest 100 to 2900, Roger.
Roger. I'll check it out when I get the opportunity to.
Yes, sir. Now we move on and we go to the processor, and usually we want to run that at about a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Probably in your case, it would be 30 out of 100, Roger. It's something. It's a token amount of compression, but and something you'll never hear on the air, but it helps us reach our final goal of about a 3 dB dynamic range, which is very loud but no distortion. So 3 on that processor, 30 probably on your processor, Roger.
Roger. I had those set up. I had a video of a guy out of Georgia, and he had some pretty good settings for this radio, and that's how it's set. So I'd have to look back on my records because I have all those settings, but I just don't have them in my hand right now.
Yes, sir. Well, the thing is, you have a piece, once you're in the processor mode, then you have a piece set of EQ controls, Roger?
Roger, my processor level is 39. I mean, if that means anything.
It should be about 7, 2/3 on the ALC meter, Roger. That would be correct audio, Roger.
Roger, I'm currently at about between a 7 and a 9 on the ALC as I speak.
Roger. You want to keep that probably at a 7. There's no, you start approaching max out distortion when you start hitting up around 9 or so. So we just suggest a 7, 2/3, which is at that point you'll be doing 80 to 85% average peak modulation, which is really nice. I thought I heard you a little hot there.
All right, I'll look and see how I can adjust that one right off. All I'm showing is what it's doing. Well, it's running about a 7 as I speak right now, the ALC is.
Yes, sir, that's where you want to be. Now, do you know how to get to your EQ?
For the mic?
Yes, sir, your radio EQ.
I can see it right here.
All righty. You need about 3 clicks more treble EQ to get your articulation enunciation up. You don't have much really top end like S's. That's really helps in being able to understand what you're saying, particularly in heavy QRM or contesting situations.
Well, I'm gonna have to get into it. And how much of a gain on that do you say I need?
What kind of equalizer is that? A 3-band, a 10-band, 8-band? What?
Oh, I can't tell you. I'm just looking at the menu and it says mic EQ on. I'd have to go deeper into the menu to find out what it's set on.
Roger. Well, how many controls? Are you looking at your equalizer now?
Well, just the fact that it's on, like I say, I'd have to get back deeper in the menu just to actually adjust it. I can turn it, the way it is now, I can turn it on or I can turn it off. But to adjust it to different levels, I'm going to have to get into the menu a little bit more.
Right. Well, be sure and have it on when you crank in that extra top end, because if you don't have your equalizer on, you're not in that equalizer bank, Roger. Your equalizer has to be on to adjust it.
Roger. I just never turn it off. I mean, it's always on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, just a little more treble EQ will really help you as far as enunciation, and just make that another note. And, you know, what can I tell you? That I think that would probably take care of the situation. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000 Qso-Vlog air check recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
And how do I get to that again?
Do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. On a YouTube search, it will take you right to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in that series of 3,000 cuts, 3,000 air check recordings.
Okay. Are you on this frequency every day about this time?
No, just on Friday afternoons.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll check that out, and I'll give some room for somebody else to get with you. I certainly appreciate your advice.
Roger, roger, sir. 73 there, Fred. You have a good afternoon, and have a great evening. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.